It happened. Again. Listen to this for a second. That is the same melody, same 3 notes, but 25 years apart. In October of 2025, Halo Studios announced they were remaking Halo Combat Evolved from the ground up. New engine, new missions, and, for the first time in the franchise's history, it is launching on PlayStation. Master Chief on a Sony console. If you'd said that out loud in 2001, someone would have checked your temperature. But here is the part I can't stop thinking about. This isn't the first time we've gone back. There was the anniversary edition in 2011. There was the Master Chief Collection. And now, a full remake. 3 separate times. A multi-billion-dollar franchise has stopped, turned around, and walked back to the very first game. So the question isn't really, is Halo 1 good? We answered that a long time ago. The question is why? Why do we keep coming back to this one? Why this ring, this soldier, this 25-year-old melody? Over and over again. I think Halo Combat Evolved got something structurally right that most games, including some later Halo games, never quite recaptured. Let me show you what. There is a phrase the Bungie designers used constantly when they built this game. 30 seconds of fun. The idea was simple. Design one perfect combat encounter. A good weapon, a good enemy, a good bit of cover, a good problem to solve, that lasts about 30 seconds, and then repeat it, remix it, and let it breathe. Most shooters before Halo were about the corridor. You walk down a hallway, an enemy pops out. You shoot it, you keep walking. Halo threw that away. It gave you an arena, a big open pocket of a level, and then it filled that arena with a problem, and stepped back to see what you'd do about it. And crucially, it didn't tell you how to solve it. Flank left through the water. Charge the middle in the Warthog and use it as a battering ram. Snipe the shielded elite first, or the fuel rod grunt. The game didn't care. It just handed you a toolbox and a threat, and trusted you to be interesting. That trust is the whole thing. That is the seed everything else grows from. Here is a design decision that sounds like a limitation, and is actually the engine of the entire game. You can only carry 2 weapons at a time. Doom let you carry everything. A rocket launcher, a chain gun, a plasma gun, a shotgun, all at once forever. And that is fun, but it means you never really choose. Halo said, 2. Pick 2. And suddenly every gun on the ground is a decision. This is where the famous gun sandbox comes alive. Human weapons chew through the flood, but bounce off Covenant shields. Plasma weapons melt shields, but overheat. So, the intended rhythm, the one veterans do without even thinking, is overcharge a plasma pistol to pop a shield, then swap to the pistol to finish the headshot. 2 guns, 2 jobs, 1 kill. The game is quietly teaching you a language, and the 2 weapon limit is the grammar. And yes, we have to talk about the pistol. The M6D Magnum in Halo 1 is, by any reasonable balance standard, broken. 3 shots to drop a shielded enemy, pinpoint accurate at range. A scope it has no business having. Bungie nerfed it into the ground in every sequel, and players have been begging to get it back ever since, because a slightly overpowered tool that rewards precision feels incredible in the hand. It made you feel like the best Marine in the galaxy. Now here is the part that was ahead of its time. The AI. In 2001, most game enemies were target practice. They stood there, they walked toward you, they died. The Covenant did not do that. The Covenant had a social structure. Grunts are cannon fodder, but they're cannon fodder with morale. Kill the elite commanding a squad, and the grunts around it break formation, scatter, sometimes literally run away screaming. Elites, meanwhile, are smart. They take cover, they flank, they retreat behind a corner to let their shields recharge, and then they come back for you. What this does is subtle but enormous. It makes every fight feel like a fight against someone, not against the spawn table. When the grunts flee, you feel powerful. When the elite outflanks you, you feel outplayed. The drama of a Halo firefight is emergent. The game isn't scripting a set piece. The characters are generating one, live, in front of you. That is why no two runs of the same encounter feel identical. And it is a huge part of why the moment-to-moment combat has aged so much better than its polygon count. I want to give real credit here, because this game would be a fraction of itself without its score. Marty O'Donnell and Michael Salvatori wrote music for Halo that did something most game music didn't dare. It slowed down. That opening, the wordless monk chant, no drums, no fanfare. It doesn't say epic space war. It says ancient, sacred. Something is very old here, and you don't understand it yet. The music sells the central feeling of the whole game before you fired a shot, awe and unease in the same breath. Because Halo, at its heart, is a mystery. You crash land on an impossible ring world, and you spend the entire game asking, what is this place? Who built it? Why is it here? The Covenant are terrified of it. And when you finally find out what Halo actually does, the whole story flips from a war movie into something closer to cosmic horror. The music knew that from the first second. It was never triumphant. It was reverent and a little afraid. That tonal control is the thing sequels chase and rarely catch.
Or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
If you want the single cleanest example of everything working at once, it is the silent cartographer. An island, a beach landing, a warthog, an objective that opens up the whole space and lets you attack it from any direction. It is Halo's thesis statement as a playable level, and 25 years of shooters have been quietly copying its homework. But I am not going to pretend Halo 1 is flawless, because part of why we keep coming back is the belief that it can be fixed. So let's be honest about the back half, the library. Once the Flood show up, the game leans hard on copy, pasted corridors, backtracking, and a mission, the library, that is, frankly, a slog. Bungie built beautiful outdoor arenas, and then, under a brutal deadline, mirrored several levels and ran you back through them in reverse. Every Halo veteran loves this game and groans at the library. Both things are true, and that tension, a masterpiece with a soft middle, is exactly the kind of thing that makes people say, I imagine if someone just rebuilt it. Which of course is what keeps happening. There is one more reason this specific game lodged itself in people's brains, and it has nothing to do with design theory. It is who you were sitting next to. Halo launched with the original Xbox in 2001, and it shipped with something that feels almost mythical now. Two-player split-screen campaign and system link multiplayer, where you'd physically haul your console to a friend's house, chain 4 Xboxes together with cables, and play Blood Gulch until 3 in the morning. For a huge number of players, Halo 1 isn't a memory of a game. It is a memory of a room, of friends, of a specific couch. And that is a kind of value you cannot patch in later. It is baked into when the game arrived and how we played it. When we say we want to go back to Halo 1, some of what we're reaching for isn't the ring at all, it is the couch. And notice what the new remake is emphasizing hardest. Co-op, 4 players, across Xbox, PC and PlayStation, together, they know. The people rebuilding it know that the thing worth preserving was never just the level geometry, it was the fact that you weren't alone in it. So we arrive back at the remake. Halo campaign evolved. Unreal Engine 5, remastered score, new cinematics, 3 brand, new prequel missions, a bigger arsenal, and Master Chief on a PlayStation for the first time ever. On paper, it is the definitive way to experience the story. But here is the quiet risk with every trip back to Halo 1, and it is worth naming. The things that make this game endure are fragile. The exact feel of that overpowered pistol, the precise, chaotic honesty of enemy AI that wasn't scripted to look impressive but to behave believably. A tonal restraint in the music that resists the urge to be loud. That specific, mysterious, lonely mood of a world you don't understand. You can rebuild the geometry in an afternoon. Rebuilding the feel is the hard part, and it is the part that matters. 2011's anniversary let you flip a button and swap instantly back to the original graphics, a tacit admission that the new coat of paint might not be what you loved. The Master Chief Collection got closest because it mostly just preserved the original and let it stand. Every one of these projects is a group of developers trying to answer the same question. We've been asking this whole video, what is the irreducible thing? What is the part of Halo 1 you cannot lose? I think we keep circling back to Halo 1 for the same reason we reread a book or rewatch a film that changed us. Not because we forgot how it ends, we know exactly how it ends. We go back because we're trying to catch the thing that got us the first time. To stand in that combat loop again. To hear that chant and feel for a second, like we don't yet know what the ring is for. And the remarkable thing about this specific game is that the thing we're reaching for is still in there. 25 years later, boot up the original, drop into the first firefight, overcharge a plasma pistol, pop a headshot with that criminal little magnum, and it works. The loop still sings. That is not nostalgia doing the heavy lifting, that is design. A remake can give us the ring in higher resolution. It can put it on new consoles, and in the hands of people who've never seen it, that is worth doing. But it can't replace the original, and I don't think it is supposed to. Every time the industry circles back to Halo 1, it is really doing the same thing we do as players. Returning to the first place, a lot of us learned what a game could feel like. We keep circling back because it is still there, waiting on the beach. The same 3 notes,